Dude, there's one comedian, I think it's Rory Scovel, and it's like on his album cover, but he says he like likes to cause like comedic happenings and shit. So his dream is to pay a skywriter, you know, people that write the messages. He wants to pay a skywriter to write the message, "How do you land?"
Nice.
That's some comedic genius right there.
That's nice. Motherfucker doesn't know how to land, but he knows how to spell that shit. Fucking 3 dimensions. Let me work this lever here and release the smoke as I do this.
I was thinking
dive and roll to make my.
If that happened, I was thinking like people would be like looking at their phones and like yelling into the sky like, "Pull back on the yoke and balance the wings, man."
I mean, that dude would be fucked. Ugh. It just brought back when I thought about that guy. A family like took a private jet or like a small plane, not a private. I don't think it was a jet. But anyways, they're doing takeoff, and it's like they're doing that takeoff, man. They're doing it. But they're climbing in the small plane, and the fucking old pilot dies. And he's pulling back and and it's just going up and up and up and up and up. I want to say like they told them to get up to like 30,000 feet. I want to say, and like they were freaked out because usually I don't know if small planes fly that high. I don't know. I don't know, but either way. Old pilot dies on the ascension.
No.
And I guess like his head keels back, and whoever's riding shotgun there or is in the back is like, holy fuck. Like, one, if you're in the back, you're at an angle going up. You gotta climb out of the back seat to get shotgun or get his dead ass out of the fucking pilot's seat while you're climbing.
Yeah.
Ugh, that makes my skin crawl for one. And then once you get his ass out, you don't know how to fucking fly a plane. So you're just, where's the fucking radio? Or just like you push it down and it's like, help! Like, oh my gosh, that gets my fucking, I get goosebumps. Like, because they weren't pilots, it was a family, and some dude had to, like, talk on the radio and learn how to fly it and land it, and he did it, but...
I think I could be talked down, but that's why I don't even like getting in planes, dude. Fuck
you could not, I could get talked down if I had no fucking...
If somebody was telling me step A is B, step B is C, I could do it.
But then, when you're sitting behind the fucking... cockpit or the sticks or whatever, and you're looking out through the window and it's just sky and clouds in front of you. That's got to be like frightening to almost like freeze you. Like
you'd be in like survival mode, dude. You'd be like, all right, I got to do this shit, dude. When you get into that mode, they're like, all right, step 3 is you got to bite your thumb off. You'd probably be like, all right,
it's done. We're kidding.
We were fucking around. But the likelihood...
You were part of a study. We just wanted to see if you do it.
But the likelihood of being in a crashing plane and having that radio connect is real small. So being in a crashing plane, I would want I'd be like handing out shells. I'd be like, all right, look, we're going to shoot ourselves before we hit the ground.
That makes my skin crawl thinking about
dude,
climbing out of the back.
That... Feeling like you're in a roller coaster, that drop.
But he was going on the climb.
So what, did the family survive?
I think so. But they kept going up way too high. Like way too high. And I was like, man. Yeah.
You know there was a professional golfer, Payne Stewart, and he was in his private jet or a private jet or something, and they were cruising along and like something happened, the cabin got depressurized, and a bunch of gas went in, and they basically like carbon dioxide / froze to death.
Shit.
And the whole plane was still cruising through the sky. Like everyone died so fast, the pilots died.
Yeah.
And so they had to scramble.
Hypohydroxia?
They had to scramble fighter jets. And they were up there, and the fighter jets saw that there was moisture on the inside of the windows.
They knew
so
the cabin pressure was compromised.
And they shot him down, dude.
Yeah.
But that was a famous golf. He was like on the fucking PGA, dude.
When was this?
This was like back in like 99 or 2000.
Jeez. That's crazy.
So they shot his ass down.
Because they knew everyone on board was dead, and
Yeah.
you can't do a fucking pit maneuver with some jets in the plane, man, like cops, you know.
Fast and Furious can.
Hey, where'd that Vin Diesel at?
Call Vin Diesel.
Jump out this bitch.
Hey, listen. Look, it might not solve the situation, all right? I admit that. But let's just give it a shot. Call Vin Diesel. See where he's at.
He's like, can't do it. It's like, Vin, would it help if we launched you out of the torpedo hatch of a nuclear sub?
They're not even talking. They're not even talking about actually getting him to. Like, do you have any ideas from your experience of what we could do?
SEAL Team 6? They're taking down Bin Laden? You can guess who came up with that blueprint?
God damn, Vin Diesel.
They all showed up in American muscle cars.
They knocked on the door. Vin Diesel opened it. He looked at him. He said, "A compound of Pakistan." He already knew why they were there.
That's awesome. He's the actual fucking... I don't even know. Isn't that the war chief, defense? I don't even know who would call that shot, man. Just one of the high up generals,
Secretary of State.
of War. I don't even know how that shit works, man. But Vin Diesel, man, he's up there somewhere.
And Lou Diamond Phillips trying to save the world.
He's saving the future, man. He's saving the future. Lou Diamond. I sent him an email.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to hear back. You know, like I said, a lot of these people are just Lou Diamond Phillips at AOL.com.
At gmail.com.
You know? So...
Latrell Sprewell at yahoo.com.
Bjork at netzero.com. I was like, I don't even know if net zero is an email, but I sent it.
I was thinking of Firefox. I was like, I don't know if Firefox is an email thing.
Sometimes I'll just send out, like, you know, Robert, what's his name? The James Bond. Robert Craig at, no, that's not, I'm thinking of Craig Roberts now from The Office.
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Robert Craig is his full name. He's just Daniel Craig at danielcraig.com.
This is the dance floor killer.
Also true. What was that? Dance floor killer.
There's a Saturday Night Live with Sheldon from Big Bang. And he's such a tall, creepy dude. They had him play the dance floor killer. He was like, it's the skit where it starts out like, a bunch of murder victims were found in the late 80s, and they were all connected back to popular dance shows. Can you watch this and see any clues? And it's got fucking Sheldon like dancing backwards, and he's pointing at a girl. Fucking hilarious. And then he gets his own show as an extra. Like, I can't remember his name, but he's like, hello, this is my show now, and he does the dance. Everybody's dancing around, and he's like, this is the dance floor killer, and they still don't catch him. Like, it's, I don't know.
I didn't see that one.
I'm killing it.
No, man.
But you gotta watch it.
No, for real. He did a good job on his performance.
Oh yeah, dude, it's hilarious.
Because I was thinking Daniel Craig. He was on recently, and I saw it. And that shit wasn't bad. He was pretty funny.
I can't remember did he do any skits that I would remember? I can't remember if I saw him or not.
Shit. To be honest, I can't even remember.
That's the hardest thing in the world, to remember an SNL skit.
But dude, I saw the first SNL with all this quarantine shit that they debuted that Tom Hanks was hosting.
Yeah.
But it's like everyone's at home on their like computer and shit like that, doing a Zoom or whatever the fuck that thing is.
Oh, yeah.
Like, some of them were okay, but it's like, it was okay for the first one, but now they were doing the second one, it's like, you know, like, they had the premise of one was like introduction, like Zoom meeting for a company, and there's like 2 receptionists that were old and, you know, stupid. I'm just gonna say it. You know, oh, I don't know how to work this. Whoa. They only needed 1 of that, but they put 2 in there. But either way,
They could still do TV shows, like run everybody like a porn set. Like, before you get on a porn set, you have to have your like HIV papers. So just have your Corona papers.
right?
Yeah, because I've been watching.
That's what I was telling my wife. Like, I was telling my wife that if you just got tested right before you went in to shoot, test everybody. Okay, everyone passed. All right, everyone go in the building. But then she's like, yeah, but the building could have this and that. You would have to sterilize it or sanitize it.
Well, there could only be people who had tested that had the immunity.
Yeah. So.
Or that had already had it. Like, Tom Hanks can start making movies. He's probably, why are we making any goddamn movies?
With who?
I've already got it, man. We'll make Castaway 2. I'll go back to the island.
But still, you know,
dude, you know that
he can't get sick, but he still can't be out, you know.
Castaway 2, or no, fucking Castaway. Like, Helen Hunt gives Tom Hanks the boot, and then at the end of the movie, it's bullshit. It kind of leaves you like, which way does Tom Hanks pick? Like, he's looking down 2 roads,
yeah,
and one of the roads is a new love, like a new girl.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you don't know which way he picks, you know.
Yeah.
Well, what sucks is that girl, the actress, fucking is already dead. She died, like, in real life.
What do you mean? Not in the movie, but in...
No, yeah, in real life. Like, he's...
I thought it's some, like, complex twist of Castaway.
It's like,
holy fuck, I missed that.
They released the last 30 seconds, like, 15 years later.
Tom Hanks was dead the whole time. He died on the plane crash when it hit the island.
That's hilarious. This is... They show like, this is what actually happened as Tom Hanks imagined everything you saw before. It's just 15 minutes of him twitching in like salt water.
This is what happened. His brain was dying and he invented this life in like the last fleeting moments.
Actually, when he gets off the island and goes back to civilization, that's when a jellyfish had come along and was shocking his system.
Yep. That's what really happened. But you want to know what? If Tom Hanks' character hadn't crashed on that island, he would have been home, and Tennessee Titans would have beaten the Rams in that game. That's how it works, man.
I thought you were gonna say he would have killed 35 people in Atlanta.
Nah, he was crazy. He was on a down slope. You know, that plane crash was the best thing that ever happened to him.
He was getting married.
Yeah.
He was about to give away his freedom. FedEx was about to fire him.
He was writing a manifesto.
You know how he was like super efficient? Yeah, he was high on cocaine the entire beginning of the movie.
He had an arsenal in his basement.
That's why, you know, that scene he goes to Russia, has a little kid bring a clock in that he already sent.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's somebody high on cocaine.
Yeah. Fucking.
He had his shirt off. He was throwing packages up on the top of the truck.
Fucking cocaine and meth. The double dragon.
That's what, you know, you miss that sometimes in the deleted scenes. They cut that out.
He was riding that double dragon.
That's why it was so important for him to be isolated on the island.
And he was that kid. He, you know, in the deleted scene, riding that double dragon, he looks at the clock and he's like, "What the fuck is this, kid?" And the kid's like, "Sir, here's your clock." He's like, "Get the fuck out of here with that shit!" And he starts attacking the kid, and he starts like trying to rip the kid's like fucking hair out, and it got ugly, man. The kid ran off, and they had to like tase Tom Hanks. He went kind of avant-garde with his performance there.
You know what that kid's name was? Wilson. That's how it made it into the movie. Beat the hell out of that kid. His family sued, of course. Get his name in the movie at least.
I was thinking, and we gotta be wrapping it up here because this is a good hour right here. Okay. So, this is a hypothetical. We're gonna go out, and we don't have to go out on this, but we gotta wrap it up. But I just gotta say this because I gotta share this with the world. It's nothing. It's something stupid that's been in my head about Jurassic Park. Like in the beginning, I think I've told you this, but I gotta put it on tape to see if anyone thinks we should reshoot the scene. And it's nothing major. But anyways, it's the beginning. Dr. Sadler, Dr. Grant, they're digging up the bones or whatever. They fire that shotgun shell into the ground, and they see on the screen, look, there's a raptor right there. And the guy's like, in a couple of years, we don't even have to dig. And you're like, well, what's the fun of that? And he's like, oh, look, the pubic bone is backwards like a bird.
This is in Jurassic Park?
Yeah, the first one. You don't remember the beginning?
I guess not.
Oh, shit, man, I know this shit. He's like, look at the air sacs and hollows like a bird. Even the word raptor means bird of prey. And that's when the fat kid comes up. Doesn't look very scary to me. It looks like a 6-foot turkey or some shit like that. You remember that?
No.
The fat kid, he says, looks like a 6-foot turkey. Oh my gosh. Okay, so anyways.
Fuck you, man. You've never seen Blade Runner. At least I've seen the movie you're referencing.
Alright, so Dr. Grant goes into this whole thing like, oh yeah? He's like, yeah? Well, guess what? They're pack hunters, and the one raptor's looking at you, and his other two G'd up from the feet up, coming, they attack your ass, and they slash you here, and here, and here. And
I remember that part.
And like your guts spill out, yeah.
Okay.
And like my point is, you're alive when they're eating you. And the kid's like, and he's like, so maybe show a little respect. And then, him and Dr. Sadler are walking away, and Dr. Sadler's like, geez, Alan, if you wanted to scare him, you could have pulled a gun on him. In my sick, twisted, humor, like, I want to see the version, like the deleted scene where he's like, oh yeah, and he runs back to his little RV headquarters, and he goes and gets his gun, and like he goes and runs back out to the tent, and there's all the crowd of people, and he like gets the people out of the way, and he's like, bam, he kicks the kid down. He's like, look, motherfucker, and he pulls the gun on the kid. You think that shit's funny? It's my fucking life. Fuck you. And like he gets tackled. Oh, Alan. And like a shot goes off, and like there's a melee of like people trying to subdue him.
What?
That's it.
What fucking nonsense was that, dude?
That's just the outtake.
I mean, I get the thing I took away from that. It would be funny if like they had the first 5 minutes of Jurassic Park, and then when he says like, you should have why didn't you just pull a gun on the kid? Like, what if the rest of the 2 hours was him going back to torture that kid?
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing. It starts with that, and he gets the gun, and he's like, yeah, motherfucker, you think this is funny? And the kid's like, oh, no, stop. He's all, fucking act like a raptor right fucking now. And the kid's like, stop it, sir. He's all, and like, in this version, like, all the people are just standing around, Alan, no, Dr. Grant, stop. He's like, back up, motherfuckers. Everyone back up. And like, he backs the people up into like this hole that they were digging, like T-Rex bones out of.
Are you serious? Still
and
going?
Like,
you got more?
Oh yeah.
And he's
like, look, motherfucker, you think you can talk this shit about raptors? No, fuck you. I'm gonna show you some shit. And he gets the kid at gunpoint.
It'd be funny if Ross from Friends walked out at this point and was like, yeah, tell him about the dinosaur.
Nice. Just throw his ass in there.
So what?
So Dr. Grant, you think this shit's funny, asshole? You think this is funny, motherfucker? Let me show you something.
He's got him in a plane. He's holding him over the edge. Look at the jungle.
He's like, watch this. He's all holding the dude's head out, holding the kid's head out the window, and he's like, look at the jungle.
Do you see how geography dictates hunting patterns? Look at it.
You want to see madness? And he pulls out his revolver, and he puts it up to his own head. Click. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to die for these dinosaurs. And so, anyways, like they're in the helicopter.
Why is he so dedicated to this kid?
Because this kid
has no play.
This kid talking that shit was the last straw of Dr. Grant being ridiculed for digging up dinosaurs and shit, right?
Wait,
so,
is this Dr. Grant the old guy?
No, Dr. Grant, Alan Grant, Sam Neill.
I thought you were talking about the Velociraptor hunter going.
Oh,
nuts.
No, he's
all right, Sam Neill going crazy.
Yeah, so Sam Neill
he's already killed Laura Dern and Jeff Goldblum.
Who killed him?
Sam Neill.
No, not this. You know, they're just scared. Like, stop it, Sam! He's like, fuck off. And he quarantines them.
I just thought of something a lot funnier, dude.
Say it.
That scene where they're up in the tree, like Sam Neill's up there with the kid.
Yeah.
And like he's like, I don't know, the kid, like the little boy is like, brontosauruses are great. I love you, Sam Neill. And the girl's like, I wish we were at home. And then Sam Neill just pushes the girl out of the tree. That would be fucking... Dude, you've got like... This is like a sequel you're talking about.
So, motherfucking Alan Grant, Sam Neill's got this fucking fat kid. That was like, he slashes it here, that little fat kid.
So, you're talking about when... Basically, the Jurassic Park kind of suppressed Sam Neill. Sam Neill's character had rage that never got on screen.
Yeah, maybe like he was conflicted about these genetically modified, specimens made in a lab or something.
I could kind of see it because at the beginning he's got like, no, I have different ideas.
I've got
and then by the middle of it, he's already agreeing with everybody and just kind of going along.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yes, he does have that kind of built-up rage, like, underlying. And that day that the kid's like, looks like a 6-foot turkey to me, that's the straw that sent him overboard. Because I think there is a darker side of Dr. Grant. Oh, excuse me. That was my shoe. I scooted my shoe and it made that noise.
Well, it's interesting. I don't know, because it's funny that you say that, because his character is kind of held back, definitely.
So, you just admire.
But Sam Neill is a good character to go nuts like that too.
So, the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe there's another entrance that way. Either way, there's something going on here. We could see a helicopter in the distance, but it wasn't making any noise. It was like one of them blacked out helicopters circling around. So that's why our attention was kind of... We don't know if we saw a federal helicopter.
Podcast is getting big. You never know.
Yeah, it's true.
It's out on the interwave.
Okay, so we wrapping this up because this is about an hour here. So, right, Dr. Grant, Sam Neill.
Jurassic Park.
He's like, you think it's cool to talk shit about these raptors, motherfucker? You think it's a 6-foot turkey? And that's when Laura Dern is like, you should have just pulled the gun on him. He's like, no, watch this. And he gets his gun, he runs out, he pulls it on him. And everyone's like, stop it, Dr. Grant. And like one guy like tackles him, and as he tackles him, like they fall on the gun together, and one guy gets shot in the abdomen and like dies in the struggle, and then everyone else is scared after that, right? So then he singles out the kid and he's like, act like a fucking raptor right fucking now. And the kid's like, what? And then Dr. Grant goes, do it. The kid doesn't do it. He's all, you're shooting like right around his feet. And the kid gets scared. Oh my God. And he starts dancing, right?
Yeah.
So after he singles him out, then he decides, you think this is a game? Well, we're going to Jurassic Park because... I don't know. What he would do is he would take that kid and he would have to like hold him in the RV.
They're on Jurassic Park already.
No, this in the beginning is in Montana. It says Badlands, Montana. That's where this kid happens, right? So he pulls a gun on the kid. He says, you think this raptor shit is fucking funny?
Okay,
so
he takes him to Jurassic Park.
So what he does is he'd have to tie him up and put him in like somewhere on the compound, on the premise in Montana, leave him tied up, because then what's his name? Mr. Jurassic Park. What's his name?
Old fat guy.
Old fat
with the white beard.
Yeah.
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, what's his name?
John?
It's like
sounds right, John.
John Hammond.
I
There it
don't know
is,
if you're right.
Dr. Hammond, John Hammond.
John Hamm.
Hammond.
Ham.
Ham is an actor.
No, like like the silent N in calm.
Palm.
Pam.
Ham. I
Pound.
think I can insert this stuff. We're here to fuck shit up.
Alright, so John Hammond. Alright.
So then the kid's tied up somewhere on where they're digging up dinosaur bones because he'd have to be stashed somewhere tied up. Then John Hammond lands in his helicopter, says, "Oh, I'd like to show you Jurassic Park. It's right up your alley," and all that stuff. And they say, "All right, what kind of park is this?" And so they say, "We're gonna go to Jurassic Park."
No, dude, no.
So
John Hammond lands the helicopter.
Mhm.
Sam Neill walks up, says, "What the fuck do you want?
Ooh.
You're blowing dust all over my archaeological site. Let's keep it real."
he says, "Come with me to my
No.
trailer."
And then John Hammond's like, "Hey, I've got an island where I've been breeding dinosaurs," and fucking Sam Neill loses his shit. He's like, "Fuck yeah, I've got this fucking kid. Hold this helicopter 5 minutes. I'm gonna go grab this hog-tied kid, and we're gonna show him what a velociraptor looks like." Is that
I thought you were gonna go like super dark and like.
that is pretty dark?
Well, I'll say even darker. Like Dr. Hammond gets out of the helicopter and like he's
He's got the kid there. He's all, "Pow!"
Hammond is ducking low so the helicopter blades don't hit him, and he's all waving. He runs out, and Dr. Grant runs out to give him a hug, and he really just like grabs him by the neck and snaps his neck. Hammond falls down.
Why would Sam Neill kill John Hammond? Dude,
Because
I think what you want
because
is
Sam
a
Neill-
Terminator movie based around Sam Neill. You just want to see Sam Neill go ape shit.
I'm telling you, Sam Neill was pissed off at Dr. Hammond for reinventing dinosaurs when he's the one digging them up because those were the real dinosaurs. Don't make this fake genetic frog dinosaur shit.
Well, though, I don't know if it's actually in it, but it's definitely not referenced heavy enough. But Sam Neill, throughout the duration of Jurassic Park, should have been like, "I fucking told you.
Oh yeah.
Like, this is what would happen. I'm not." There should have been one point where he refused to help.
That's like
Because-
Jurassic Park 2 or some
Because,
shit.
damn,
I don't know, man.
because he was like, "Look, I'm not helping you, man, because I told you this was gonna happen."
They're bringing him back for the new one.
There's a new one.
There's a new one coming out. Yeah. And it's going to have Dr. Malcolm, Alan Grant. I think it's going to have Ellie's Dr. Sadler.
They killed.
And it's going to have Owen
Jurassic
Grady.
Park 3 killed it for me, man.
Dude.
Like when you went out with Jeff Goldblum and his daughter, nah,
2 and 3 were both.
they could have done it.
Even Jurassic World and the new Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom,
no,
they're
they're
both
terrible.
like fucking. Like, I hope they get it right on this next one, because this is like dinosaurs out in the world now. They're not confined to the park, they're loose in public.
I think Jurassic Park probably fits in with Aliens and Predator in that it was like amazing first movie and it never got any good sequels.
You gotta do it right, you know?
Well, but just for the money, like if they had done Predator right, they could have easily made a Predator 3.
Like I said, man, I'd let Jon Favreau do a Predator movie, a Terminator movie. I'd let him do a Jurassic Park movie for sure.
Dude, I want to see Christopher Nolan do a Predator movie. He made Batman
Fuck, dude,
cool
that
again.
would be the shit.
Imagine what he could do for Predator.
That would be the shit.
Yeah.
Hey, that'd be the shit.
Yeah. That'd be my jam.
That would be the shits. But okay, so we gotta wrap it up because this is over an hour and it's time for me to go, man. So at the end, it's nothing major, but Dr.
You're
Grant,
still going, dog.
Sam Neill.
How do you not even...
Because you ain't letting me finish,
Yeah,
man.
but the funny thing is that you're not even reading this off of a script. You're just recalling this from memory, dude. This whole fucking... Like, when did you start? When you were watching Jurassic Park for the first time, is that when this started?
I was like, man, wouldn't it be crazy if he did pull that gun on that kid? And then I think about the tangent going out from there. Well, what would happen next and next and next and next and next? And then you just start thinking, well, he blows his lid because...
Well, you're basically making Sam Neill a fucking psycho.
Oh, yeah, because at the end of it here, he takes that kid and he marches them through fucking Jurassic Park at gunpoint, and he's like making them get in all the cages and shit. It says, "Do that shit," and it's like making him just get tortured by all these different dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And just like
torture, dude. You'd be killed by the first dinosaur.
Nah, he'd find a way. He'd find a way. Like he would tie the kid up and leave it at a distance from a Dilophosaurus, so the Dilophosaurus could just like spit the poison at his eyes and or sorry, that was all loud. But you know, he'd be like, yeah.
Dude, but so how does your movie not end? Like, how does it end? It has to end with like Sam Neill. He's sitting on the beach. He's got this poor boy alive who's got no legs and no arms anymore, no eyeballs. His tongue has been cut out.
It's just been
and then Sam Neill finally like whispers to him like, "Now you respect dinosaurs," and fucking puts a blade in him or something. Like,
no. Then he runs a chain through him and hooks his limbless stump of a body with a chain running through it. He'll sedate a T-Rex and wear that dude as a necklace. He'll put the chain on the T-Rex with that kid's stump body.
Now,
And then Sam Neill will go crazy on the island having all the dinosaurs at his disposal. And he man, it's like Event Horizon shit. Like he takes, I don't know, man. He goes to the evil part of the dinosaur bond.
That's another movie that was good, but kind of terrible.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one.
You know, in Red Dead 2, you can take somebody and feed them to an alligator.
Whoa.
You can hog tie him, take him out to the swamp, drop him by an alligator, and the alligator will eat him.
That's freaking awesome.
Before we end it real quick, there was you remember the scene in Terminator 2 where Sarah Connor goes to kill the black guy?
Sarah Connor.
Yeah, she goes.
Oh yeah. To go.
And
who wants to go to Raging Waters? And he says that to his little kids.
And really?
Yeah. And the wife's like, "You're working on your computer stuff. You don't need us. Why did we ever have kids?" And he's like, "I'm almost done. This is my baby." And he's like, "But your other babies are over there." Like the kids are peeking from behind the doorway. He's like,
"Oh, one kid."
Now he's got like a boy and a girl.
No, there's only one boy.
There's two. No, that's two. I know there's two.
No, there's only one.
There's two kids.
I don't know if you're watching special DVD or something.
It's like that Family Matter stuff. There was a sister and
it's only a little boy. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah, it's only a little boy.
No, I think it's two, man.
Oh.
If it's one,
maybe the girl's going to bed or something. Anyway,
I think the girl is with the mom, and she's holding her, and the boy goes out like, "Don't shoot my daddy!"
Yeah.
I think the girl's with the mom at that point.
No,
because there's two
kids.
The
mom's there. The mom's in the living room.
Yeah,
all three family members are there in the living room.
Man, I can't believe I can't remember if there's two.
Because I just watched it the other day. There's no.
I'll take your word. I'll take your word.
But that scene.
But if you're wrong, motherfucker.
Where they convince the dude who's been working.
He's like, "What am I doing?"
Yeah.
I'll help you blow that shit up.
And they decide that they're gonna go and fucking destroy the chip.
Cyberdyne Systems.
Yeah. Okay. Cyberdyne is a multinational, probably multinational corporation who's working on advanced technology.
For Skynet, because they're self-aware. Yeah.
So the idea that these people could go to one facility and blow it up.
That's it.
That would mean that nobody from Cyberdyne had a fax machine.
Yo, let's take our findings and back them up at a different site.
No, they would have like blueprints at like 50 different things, which would make how they blew up the thing completely useless.
Nah, we keep all the information in this building here.
Yeah.
What they wanted to do, I think, because in the movie, what you just watched, you said, is they're looking at the chip that's broken, and they're still trying to figure out how it stores the information, how it computes so efficiently, so, like, it's technology they don't understand.
Yeah.
So they go to blow that chip up because they say, let's blow it up so they never figure it out.
Yeah, but a corporation would have had several different copies of the chip.
Of the progress.
Spread all over. It would have
Here's what we know so far.
Yeah, like they would have made like schematics of it and then faxed it to everybody.
Send it to the boss in Pennsylvania.
Connecticut.
Yeah.
We have a London office.
Now
don't
you
we?
make him come here and read it. But you're right. But see, this was 1992, right?
But that totally takes the plot point away from the movie.
So, yeah. Like, after that whole explosion, a few years later, 2 years later, they found that there was a subcontracted group that was doing file entry and, and they had records of everything, so they blew that building up for nothing.
There was another dude that walked that way and walked around.
I think we got the feds over here. They're trying to crash the podcast, man.
I don't know, man.
We are pretty bold, man.
We got people walking around the podcast.
I think it might be the music people because we take certain rights with Rage Against the Machine songs in our intro.
It may be Lou Diamond Phillips' attorney.
Yeah. I've been trying to avoid certain people because I think they're getting kind of annoyed, but I think the people that took down Napster have been trying to take us down for the Rage Against the Machine intro.
Man, I miss Napster.
Right. All right. I think that's it, man. My spider sense is tingling. You got anything else?
No, that's it, man. Billy Idol, Terminator 2.
That'd be fucking nuts.
Revolutionize the world.
Holy shit. Hey, it's not too late, man.
Nah, it's too late.
Yeah, it's too fucking
They destroyed it, dude, with Terminator 12 and Sarah Connor's cousin coming
Sarah
back.
Connor. I want to say, I didn't know there was a Free Willy 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I think I told you, but it was like, we're going out with this, all right? Free Willy 4, and it's like, The Rescue. And I'm just thinking, like, well, what the fuck were we doing the first 3 times? And if I was that guy, I'd be like, motherfucking Will, stay the fuck home. Or I'd be yelling, it'd be like, Free Willy 4. Motherfucker, stay home now. Or shit. Like, how many times are you gonna go rescue that same damn whale?
Free Willy 5. You stupid fucking whale. I know you've been raised in captivity, but just swim away from the coast.
I mean, fucking jeez.
Free Willy 5. The boy doesn't even show back up. The boy would be like an adult male by now.
I used all my money bailing that whale out.
I think whales live longer than people, so the little boy could be like an old man by now.
Past the end of generation, bailing out that same stupid ass whale. It comes to a point where it's like, really, this is one dumbass whale.
He takes a shotgun out there with him. I'm gonna fucking end this tonight.
I was trying to think of who would be the boy in that movie or something. So I'm coming up with that graphic, Free Willy. Motherfucker, stay home. I mean, shit. Like, seriously, this is the 5th time I've bailed your ass out. Jeez, what a dumbass whale. Like, that's the whole title or something.
If it keeps going, it's like, for real. Like, I can't believe you're still reading this, but if you are, join my argument.
Like, the whale's all, like, jumping over that barrier and shit. And it's just like the guy, he's, like, sitting on a wooden crate, just like... like looking all annoyed and bummed out. Like,
he's holding up the shotgun to shoot at it.
Dumbass whale. I spent a good 2 years rescuing his ass. 2 years of my life.
He's got a sign stuck in the jetty, like, no more whales. Fucking that's your old motto, dude. Nuke the whales.
Nuke the whales. Whoa, man. I forgot about that.
Nuke the fucking whales.
Nuke them whales, baby. All right. And on that note, we gotta take it out.
All right, cool. It's late, dude.
For sure. I gotta go, player. My spider sense is tingling. All right, an hour 21. Yeah, we done, player.
Yeah, all right.
Rumpy in the dew.
Splash. Billy Idol as Terminator 2 bad guy.
We out. Truth. No, we out. But it is the truth.
Don't censor me, man. Bye.